Your savings account, the one you trust to keep your money safe, is not just sitting there idly, it's actively, silently shrinking your future. Right now, as you listen, an invisible force is stealing small, imperceptible chunks of your hard-earned cash, making every dollar you own worth less than it was yesterday. It's not a conspiracy, it's economics, and it's eroding your purchasing power while you sleep. The quiet hum of your bank's servers isn't just protecting your principal, it's obscuring the truth about how much value is draining away. This isn't about minor fluctuations, it's a systemic drain that, left unchecked, will profoundly impact your financial future. The question isn't if you're losing money, but how much, and why isn't anyone screaming about it? The culprit has a deceptively simple name: inflation. Imagine a hidden thief, not breaking into your vault, but instead subtly shrinking the size of every dollar bill inside. One day you have a $20 bill that buys a full basket of groceries. The next, that same 20 buys a little less. This isn't about your bank making a mistake. It's about the ever-increasing cost of everything around you. Your money sits there, frozen in time, while the world outside it speeds up, demanding more for the same goods and services. It's like being on a treadmill set to an ever-faster pace while you stand still. Every second that passes, that treadmill is pushing your money further behind. Then there's the cruel illusion, the interest rate your bank offers. You see that tiny percentage, maybe 0, 5% or even 1%, and it offers a semblance of growth, a reassurance. But compare that number to the actual rate of inflation, which often sits at 3%, 5%, or even higher in certain periods. Do you see the problem? Your money is earning a fraction of what it's losing to rising prices. It's like trying to bail out a sinking ship with a teaspoon while a giant hole rips open below the waterline. This isn't growth, it's a controlled, slow motion bleed designed to look like progress. Let's put a face to this silent erosion. Meet Maria. 10 years ago, Maria meticulously saved $50,000 in her high-yield savings account, proud of her discipline. She dreamed of using that money for a down payment on a house. Back then, $50,000 might have felt like a significant chunk, a solid foundation. Today, that same $50,000, even with a meager interest gain, feels utterly inadequate. The house she eyed 10 years ago now costs $100,000 more, and everything from lumber to labor has skyrocketed. Maria didn't lose any principal, not a single dollar on paper, but her purchasing power was decimated. Her dream became significantly more distant, not because she spent irresponsibly, but because her money lost its real-world muscle. This brings us to the purchasing power paradox. It's a core economic concept, yet most people ignore its personal impact until it's too late. Your money's true value isn't in its face denomination. It's in what it can actually buy. Think about the price of gas, a gallon of milk, or even your favorite coffee. A few years ago, a certain amount of money would get you X. Today, that same amount gets you X minus something. That something is the silent tax of inflation, paid directly from your savings. It's a continuous, unannounced levy on your financial security, reducing your options and opportunities with every passing month. History whispers warnings if only we'd listen. Remember the 1970s, a period notorious for runaway inflation, where the cost of living soared, and people saw their hard-earned dollars evaporate before their eyes. While we might not be in that exact scenario today, the fundamental mechanics are chillingly similar. Back then, those who understood the game moved their money. They didn't let it stagnate. They knew that leaving their cash vulnerable meant watching their future disappear into thin air. We are now experiencing echoes of that era, a subtle, creeping inflation that demands vigilance, not complacency. So why do banks perpetuate this system? It's simple: they profit from it. Your savings account isn't just a vault, it's a reservoir of cheap capital for the bank. They take your money, pay you next to nothing for it, and then lend it out at significantly higher rates, or invest it for substantial returns. This difference, this spread, is their bread and butter. It's a fundamental part of their business model. For them, Your money sitting idly is a golden goose. For you, it's a silent sacrifice. This isn't malicious, it's just business, but understanding it reveals whose interests are truly being served. The conventional wisdom dictates that a savings account is a safe haven. And yes, your principal is generally safe from market volatility, insured against bank failure up to a certain limit. But safe here is a very narrow definition. It's safe from a loss of numbers, but not from a loss of buying power. It's a critical distinction that most people completely miss until they try to make a significant purchase years down the line. It's like putting a priceless antique in a climate-controlled vault, only to find that the entire market for that antique has collapsed, rendering its monetary value almost worthless. Your money is technically there, but its potency is gone. What does this cost of inaction truly look like over the long haul? Imagine you have 20 of thousands saved today. If inflation consistently runs at, say, 4% annually, and your savings account offers 0.5% interest, you're effectively losing 3.5% of your purchasing power each year. After just 5 years, that 20,000 will only buy what approximately 16,700 would buy today. After 10 years, it's down to the equivalent of about a 14,000. That dream car, that exotic vacation, that nest egg you're building for your children's education, they're all slipping further and further away. Not because you spent a dime, but because you let your money sleep. Each moment of complacency is a brick crumbling from the foundation of your future. This isn't a problem to ponder later. This is an urgent reality check. The clock is ticking, not just on inflation, but on the opportunities your money could be creating. Every second that your money remains in a low interest, high inflation environment, its effective value diminishes. It's like watching sand fall through an hourglass, knowing that with each grain, a small piece of your potential is being lost forever. This isn't about doom and gloom. It's about the undeniable, quantifiable truth of how our financial system works. You cannot afford to ignore this because the consequences compound, silently, relentlessly. And the insidious truth is, inflation isn't just the consumer price index on the news. It's also shrinkflation, where your favorite products subtly get smaller while the price stays the same, or even increases. It's the hidden cost of premiumization, where companies upgrade packaging or add unnecessary features to justify a higher price tag. It's the subtle degradation of quality over time in everyday items, forcing you to replace them more frequently. Inflation is a multi-headed hydra, attacking your purchasing power from every angle, not just the one reported in official statistics. The traditional mindset of saving needs a radical overhaul. It's no longer enough to simply store money. In this economic climate, storing is losing. The paradigm must shift from simply safeguarding principal to actively growing your capital, ensuring it outpaces the relentless march of inflation. Your money must be a productive asset, a worker, not just a static placeholder. The moment you understand this, the moment you transition from a saver to a grower, is the moment you begin to reclaim control over your financial destiny. But what does that actually look like? The first step to fighting back, to truly protecting your wealth, is simply understanding this urgent truth. It's about waking up to the fact that the old rules no longer apply, and that inaction is no longer a neutral choice. It's a costly one. The silence of your savings account isn't peace. It's the sound of opportunity slipping away. But now you hear it, and hearing it, truly hearing it, is the first, most powerful step towards taking control of your money and your future.